Hare Krishna. Thank you. That's one of the best I ever heard introduction. Okay. Um, Anyone knows about Shiva mantra or Shiva song? Okay. So let us begin with our Mangalacharan. Was it last week have discussed that Mangalacharan has a three parts. You have a jantram, you have a mantram, you have a tantram. Every Mangalacharan, when you recite a prayers like Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Premapadayate. Who composed this? Rupa Goswami Pad. When did he compose? A special incident took place in Benares. Who he composed for? Lord Chaitanya. He follows. So then you can get complete result in your heart when you are fully aware. Prabhupada says our Mangalacharan is enough to, if we understand, we can actually get awaken love for the Lord and go back home, back to Godhead. I'm sure this is what we want, right? All of you. That's why you join in Harikatha. Then we should take advantage of this. So in future session, or you can start learning, but let's begin with the Mangalacharan. You all can, if you want, you can unmute or you can keep mute as you like. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रदाजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे वन मोर टाइम एवरीवन हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So last weekend when we discussed bhakti, I hope you all remember. And we talked about little bit about hmm, how to see things as they are. So today I want to talk about Lord Shiva, but certain things related to us. So please, if you don't mind, make a little note because you all are wonderful student. In determining what to do in life, I should focus like this. You write. I should focus on understanding who am I or who we are, whose we are, and where we are. Gopal Govinda Prabhu, you're going to repeat these three things. What did I say? And you'll say, my gosh, I have to remember everything. Yeah. Three things you must remember every day, if not every moment. It will help you. You will be happy. Believe me, you will be happy. I apply this. I think myself. What motivate me to continue spiritual life? Because one thing is hearing about Krishna, liking about Krishna, but keep going in your spiritual path. You need self motivation. Coming from where? From within you. Krishna will give you. Otherwise, you need motivation from three sources: devotee, prasadam, shastra. Oh, Shastra said you better do this. Yeah, yeah, okay, we'll do it. Why not you try to collect those in your heart? So I'm going to mention again, in determining what to do in life, I must focus on understanding who am I or who we are. You can write who we are, whose we are, and where we are. Gopal Govinda Prabhu, did you write it? Or are you just looking at me? Sorry. This will help a lot. How many of you know any pranam mantra to Lord Shiva? Can you help me? Do you know any pranam mantra to Lord Shiva? Yes, no? Just say, always be transparent is the best way to progress. If I don't know, I say, I don't know.
No, Prabhu.
Okay, good. That is a very good answer. If you don't know, just say no. Then your heart will remain simple and you will be able to hold it. If you try to pretend, it's difficult in Bhakti path. Pretension doesn't work. So you can always be bold and say, yes, I heard this, or I don't know. Saralata. You can write it down. Saralata. It's in Sanskrit, is in every language you will find in India almost. Saralata is the first qualification as a devotee, means simplicity. Whatever you know, you know. Whatever you don't know, you don't know. So I'm going to give you a prayers. There are few, but one I was very attracted because I will not say the name of a devotee. Uh, he's a wonderful devotee. He lives here in Alachua. There was a time when he went to um, off the track. You know what I mean? Off the track is like he was into pots, smoking. His parents were devotee, but he went off. And for years he was went there. Then one of Prabhupada's disciple in New York introduced him this mantra, a special prayers to Lord Shiva. And he's a wonderful boy. When you see him, you'll be surprised. He has a two children. He's married, wonderful. Everything is changed. He became a wonderful devotee. But there was a time he went through a tough time in his teenager life. So when that Prabhupada's disciple introduced him that mantra, he really chanted this mantra like every day he would chant like hundreds of times, thousands of times sometime. And within a short time, he came out. So please, at least one person repeat after me, and the rest you can write. This is from, you write down, Bhakti Ratnakar. Where is coming from? Bhakti Ratnakar by Narahari Chakravarti. Is a his This book is a bona fide. Our ISKCON translated not by Prabhupada, but it translated. It's in the database also. If you have a database, BBT database has it. Bhakti Ratnakar 5.3741. So if you need to find out, you can find out. But please write it down. Srimad, at least one person repeat after me so I know you are hearing and writing. Srimad
Srimad
Gopisharam.
Gopisharam
Okay, you keep on writing also while you're saying because, okay. Bande
Bande
Shankaram
Shankaram
Karunamayam.
Karunamayam
Then next line. Sarva Klesha
Sarvaklesha
Haram Devam
Haram Devam
Brindarana.
Vrindarana
Like Brindavan. Brinda Aranya. Aranya means forest. Brindarana
Vrindaranya
Rati Prada.
Rati Prada
Very good. So, Srimad Gopi Sharam Bande Sankaram Karunamayam Sarva Klesha Haram Devam Brindarana Rati Pradam. If you know the word to word meaning, you almost look like all are Indian origin. So your parents, you can ask them, they will tell you. This meaning is very simple. Sanskrit is very close to any language in India. So it says Srimad means a personality who has spiritual, uh, respectable position. Sri means beauty. Sri also means a dignity. Sri is origin also Srimati Radharani's. Sri also beauty. But here it's mentioned about Gopishwaram. Gopishwaram means when Lord Ramachandra um, Lord Ramachandra wanted to build the bridge. Why he wanted to build the bridge? It is a courtesy we should learn from the Lord. Even though Ravana is a demon, Ravana is a horrible person, kidnapped Lord Ramchandra's wife. You all know the right. You all are familiar with that pastime. But Ravana had a one good quality. He was a worshipper of Shiva. You follow? Even though he's a horrible, he gets all the power, but he used to be very devout to Shiva. So Lord Ramachandra thought that before I go and kill him, I should have a little reciprocation with Lord Shiva. This is wonderful. We should always think like that. So then what he did, there was a Shiva lingam built and he started offering some flower. Lord Ramachandra acting like a householder prince whose wife was kidnapped. So he's acting like a human, Leela. He's still supreme absolute truth. There's no doubt. But he's acting and showing us that how you should properly execute this. So while he was offering some flower to Shiva Lingam, how many of you ever went to South India, Rameshwaram? I went twice. No? In case in future you go, you'll see. But there is something I'll tell you that you did not see before. So what happened that when he was offering, then the Brahmanas, they are not educated. They are Brahmana, but they are not good educated. They say, Shiva is God of Lord Ram. So Shiva's name is Rameshwaram because he is God of Ram. So they are singing this while Lord Ramchandra did not say anything. He wanted to teach everyone, but he used a very mystical way. So then demigod came out. Hey, you fools, Brahmana! It is not that Shiva is the Lord of Ram. Shiva is Lord. Ram is also Lord. Is this true? Well, that's what demigod says. Okay, so the Brahmana changed their whole singing format. They were singing in their language. Shiva is God, Ram is God. Ramchandra is God, Shiva is God. I'm just making it into English. So then they were singing while Lord Ramchandra offered another flower to Shiva Lingam. There was a crack and Shiva came out from the Shiva Lingam. You fools, Brahmana! I'm not God. I'm a servant of God. Lord Ram is my God. Ram, whose Ishara is called Rameshwara. Is everybody understood that? So
Yes.
when I went there, I was little, tricky. I was teenager those days. I was a little sneaky, tricky. I said, why there's a crack? I heard a pastime I read. Even the Brahmana, I'm talking about 30 years back, even that time they did not know. They're just doing it to get some income. It's okay. I'm not looking down to them. But we should know, as a devotee of ISKCON or follower of Srila Prabhupada, we should know completely the pastimes. So Gopeshwaram, where the gopis are the guru or a teacher of Shiva. So this is Rameshwaram story I told you. Now I'll tell you the Gopeshwara story in a short form. There's a long story, but in a short form. Every lila that Lord Ramachandra does, or Lord Krishna does, or Lord Shiva does, there is a lesson to be learned. So Gopeshwaram, in the beginning, Padma Puran says, in the beginning the Lord wanted to He is 100% self-satisfied. There's a two concept. Maybe it's too much for you. I'm just thinking how much to tell. Two concept. Can you just write it down? One is called Aishwarjamayi. One is called Madhurjamayi. Aishwarjamayi means God is always great. If you focus on God's greatness, submission will be evoked. End of the class, I'm going to ask, what did I say? If you focus on the greatness of God, opulence of God, submission, surrender, this you will evoke submission. Yes, I want to surrender to God. But Gauriya Ishkan, we follow also another aspect of God, which is majestic. So write down, God is great, also God is sweet. Both. God is great and God is sweet. When you focus on sweetness of God, then affection develops for Lord. What do we need? Submission or affection? Mother Mihika, what do we need? Submission or affection?
Both.
Intelligent answer. Very good. Write down, everyone. We need both. But there is a little tricks. Tricks is, if you focus only affection by sweet Leela, I want to hear about the Leela pastime. These are good. But if you only focus on that, Sahajiyasm, just write down Sahajiyasm if you never heard it or heard it. Sahajiyasm will take place in your heart. Sahajiyasm means cheating in spiritual path. You don't want to purify your heart. You want a cheap way to get out, and it's not possible. You will never awaken love for Krishna by cheating. Not possible. Now, if you don't focus on affection or sweet aspect of God, only majestic aspect, there is also danger. Your heart will remain hard-hearted. Who is the hard-hearted? Impersonalist. Big time. Majority people in this world are hard-hearted also. We don't want weak heart or hard heart. What do we need? Soft heart. One day we'll discuss about the heart. But today, just to understand. So what do we need? We need both. We just don't want only sweet aspect or majestic aspect. We need both. Majestic aspect has to come first, then sweet aspect. Then you are Gauriya devotee, Mahaprabhu's follower. So when the Lord was thinking of majestic, he was already majestic aspect, self-satisfied, doesn't need anything. God doesn't need anything from anyone. He's completely satisfied. But there's another aspect called sweet aspect. God wants to increase that happiness. So as he thought, from his right side, Sadashiva came. Can you remember? Origin of Shiva. Please write it down like this. Origin of Shiva is not in Shiva. This is Shiva Bhakta mostly don't know. Origin of Shiva is in Krishna. Now you'll say, how do we tell anyone? Please write it down. It's a lot of writing, but it will help you in life. Write down CC. You know CC means? Anyone knows what is CC?
Chitta and Chaitamrita.
Yes, Gopal Govinda Prabhu. I knew you are smart. Good. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Correct. I write this. I'm a little lazy. Actually, not lazy. I just don't have it too much writing. So I write CC. CC, then you write down Madha 20.307. 307. That verse will say why Krishna took the form of Shiva. Shiva doesn't have origin in Shiva. Origin of Krishna in Krishna. Origin of you is not in you. That another subject. We'll discuss another day, but we'll talk about Shiva. So origin of Shiva, always remember, is not in Shiva. Origin of Shiva, according to that verse, in Krishna. It is Krishna's desire. He wanted a part of him to come out as a Shiva. Is that clear, everyone? Or am I going too fast?
Clear, Prabhuji.
Clear, Prabhu.
Okay, good, good. You all are intelligent. I knew that. Good. Then what happened? When Lord wanted to desire from his right side, Sadasiva appear. From his left side, most astonishing, most charismatic, most beautiful lady appear. She had two quality. Raga Dhabati, incessant love for the Lord, and Dhabati means in any way, every way to please the Lord. First letter of each word, Raga Dhabati, is Radha. The origin of Radha came from the left side of Krishna. Radha's origin is not Radha. Radha's origin also Krishna. She is always with Krishna. Then right side, Sadashiva came. So Sadashiva, to increase the fun of this, there's a big details. I'm just going to give you a short way that one time he thought, okay, the best, um, just out of fun, because otherwise, I don't know, I may be little weird sometimes. I had a lot of doubts before. I don't have anymore. I mean, not anymore, maybe once in a while. But I used to have a lot of doubts. So I did a lot of research to remove my doubts. And by the mercy of Prabhupada and all the acharyas, it was wonderful. So when I give you little things, if you ever need more clarification, next session we can do that. But I want to have some purpose to give you at least some idea about what is Shiva Tattva. In Vedic culture, there is a Upaved, Veda and then Upaved. Upaved are especially two Upaved we try to adapt, not so much mention, but it is necessary. One is Jyotish Shastra, one is Ayurveda. You all heard about Ayurveda. Ayurveda to maintain your good health in order to practice. You know, Ayurveda diet says, I was studying in it, diet says first you start eating with bitter and end with sweet. Then you will have a healthy. So remember, any tattva or truth. First of all, did I discuss truth about two types of truth last week? No? Okay, you can write down two type of truth. One truth is called ontological.
Danta, પેલી હળદર જરા પાછળ તગારામાં
Hare Krishna.
Sorry,
One truth is
Prabhuji.
called ontological truth, and another truth is called relative truth. Ontological truth, write it down, exists by its own right. In other words, Krishna is Supreme Lord. Whether you accept or not accept, you believe or not believe, doesn't matter. It never change. You follow? These are called ontological truth. It will never change. You are servant of Krishna. Whether you believe or not does not matter. It will never change. But according to Shastra, it says, don't give Brahma Gayatri to the ladies. Or sometimes ladies are not allowed in the altar. But then Prabhupada changed it. These are called relative truth. In our temple, if we did not have all these Prabhupada's disciple Matajis, I don't think we will have a deity dressing every day. Almost 15 devotee has to dress these three sets of. So these are called relative truth, means related to time, place, circumstances. Is that clear in a short? Ontological and relative. Relative depends on time, place, circumstances. Okay, now I go back to this. Sadasiva came from his right side. So to increase the pastime more, to relish more, he thought maybe I should participate in the Raslila as a gopi. That will increase more fun and I will enjoy as a gopi of Krishna. So he did a severe austerity. Now remember, Do you know why we need mercy of Vaishnavas? Because the potency, energy comes from the devotee, comes from Guru, comes from a senior Vaishnavas. Without energy, without potency, Krishna Shakti, you cannot come, you cannot advance. There's a beautiful verse uh, explain about this another day. So this is very important that we should understand that when even Vishnu, Sadashiva, when he knew he wanted to join in Raslila, so he started meditating. Meditating to who? To the Shakti possessor called Jogomaya. So Jogomaya appeared. What do you want? Why are you meditating on me? He said, I want to participate in Raslila. Okay, come with me. So she took him and took a dip in a Brahma Kund. There is a, how many of you went to Vrindavan? There's a place called Brahma Kund. Oh, good. Mother Krishna Chokshi went. Very good. Many of you went. So she took there and he came out. He came out a beautiful girl. You know, to join in Raslila, you need two things, not only one. So he had a one thing. See if you can figure it out. So then he joined in the Raslila. Krishna started Raslila and Raslila is going very well. But Krishna says, I don't feel real joyful culmination of this exchange. Looks like some unqualified person today joined in this amongst these thousands. So they are all some or other, even though there is a billion girl, Satakoti Gopi Sange Rasa Bilas, Chaitanya Chaitamrita says, Satakoti. Sata means 100 crores. So billions of girls, but they know each other because there is four groups. So then what happened? They found one girl nobody knows. It's funny. You know what they do? They know in Vrindavan sometimes demon comes also, takes the form, like Putana came as a beautiful girl, is it? She was so beautiful, even Mother Joshoda thought, oh my God, she might be Lakshmi. Why not? My son is so beautiful. So she allowed her to come inside. She had no idea. Of course, Jogomaya is tricking that to increase the lila. So then when um, all the girls asked, hey, what's your name? Where you come from? You know what they ask? Who is your mother-in-law? Who is your father-in-law? Because they are all have some conception. I hope you understand. I mean, I'm not explaining everything in details, but just to have an idea, he could not answer because he never thought that this kind of preparation you require to go in Raslila. Then they thought, oh no, maybe some demon came in a form of a girl. So they started slapping. Can you imagine billion girls slapping to a person? He started crying, crying, Sadashiva. Then Jogamaya came. Hey, 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 girl, stop, stop, stop. This is my disciple. Then she revealed, this is actually Sadashiva, it's my disciple. He asked me to enter there, so Krishna came in the picture. So that's the origin, gatekeeper in Golok Vrindavan by Gopeshwar Mahadev. I'm sure some of you heard that story. If not, now you know. You'll see, I have a lot of picture of Gopeshwar Mahadev. You'll find online also. Many books has. Beautiful. Why she could not stay inside? Because you need two things. You need the form, but more important, you need the mood of a gopi. He didn't have that. Men cannot have that. So men are not allowed there. Okay, now let's go back. Where did we come? Oh, the Srimad Gopi Sharam Bande. That's the pranam mantra we were talking about, right? That's why we came. So Srimad Gopi Sharam Bande Sankaram Karunamayam. I'm going to give a short because otherwise I see the time is like a going by so quick. Shankaram Karunamayam. Karunamay like Jalamay. May means filled with, like a reservoir of the May, the word Mayam. So Karunamayam, he is filled with mercy, like a reservoir of mercy, Shiva. So tomorrow morning, I want all of you, this is my request, fold your hand and go in front of Shiva. If you don't have a Shiva Linga in your house, Krishna book, chapter 34, has a Shiva Linga. I mean, I don't know if picture is there. I'm sure, probably, I forgot. Some book in Prabhupada's BBT, you will find Shiva picture. Even nowadays, even iPhone has. So you just fold your hand and you pray to this mantra that, my Lord, in a prayers, always go three ways if you want Lord to hear. First, glorify God who He is. Don't just go to God and say, I need help. This is not a good style of prayer. Always express what is His greatness. So you can say like this, my Lord, you are so great that you are making everything controlled, Raslila, nobody can enter. You are giving so much happiness to Radharani and Krishna as a Gopeshwar Mahadev. You also are in this world. I didn't discuss about that. That was the main point I was going to discuss, but I don't know whether we'll have time that much. Already 40 minutes. Is that really true? Yeah, I guess so. Then you say like this, and then you say your problem. My Lord, I'm a conditioned soul in this world, you know. On my own, I can never reach spiritual entrance. I'm conditioned. I have so many fault. Always find some fault in you that genuine. Say, I'm not intelligent. I cannot grasp bhakti. I want to advance. I want to serve the Lord. Please help me. Today is your birthday. It's Shivaratri. And according to the sloka from Hari Bhakti Bilas, uh, I we are not doing everything as it says, but there is a hidden reason going to give you. There are 8 things does not break any brata you do. One of them is Gurur Bachanam. Because Guru Bachanam, there are 8 things. Apa Moolam Phalam Paya Habi Brahma Kamma Gurur Bachanam Aushadam. This doesn't break any rituals like any festival day or fasting day, even Ekadashi day, these 8 things. But that's another day, we'll discuss that details. One of them is Guru Bachanam, means whatever Prabhupada says, you can tell to Lord Shiva, whatever Prabhupada said, we are following him, we are going to follow him. He did not make a big celebration, but we love you, Lord Shiva, because he glorified you. And Bhagavatam has so much glorification of you. So please bless me. Go like this. Is that okay? That mantra and you pray. This is very nice. Why do we need Shiva? I mentioned that verse 20.311. No, 307. That Krishna, I'm just thinking, in a short, I'll just say it, not in a details, that we come from Tatastha region. Tatastha region demarcated as a location between spiritual and material. And if you say, where are the explanation? I'm giving you a lot of homework. It will take few hours. You can just do it. Adilila 5.45. Madhulila CCM, Madhulila 20.108. You can find those verses there, that where we are coming from. And when we were there, that is a location where we were in the junction, that you cannot stay there too long. You have to make a decision to go either this side or that side. There's a beautiful verse. Tasya vayatasya purushasya devasthane bhavata idancha paralokasthanancha tasmin shandam tritiya sapna sthanam. It's like a dream. In the dream, you go somewhere. Are you in your house or you are somewhere? Both. So something like that, that verse explained. Of course, it's require few hours to understand that verse. It's so beautiful. But I'm just giving you where we come from. Then whoever decided, like we all are, to see the material side, and we are here. Now, in your ghatan, means structure, how you are made originally, you don't have any trace of Maya. Can you remember that? It will help you a lot. Even though we are in the material world, we are imposed by material modes. But in our origin, we do not have anything of Maya product. One Shiva I discussed, that Shiva in spiritual world. Then there is another Shiva, expansion of that Shiva. Is not like the Vishnu. This is what I'm going to spend 10 minutes because I'm looking at no more time. I want some of you to write down so you can do little homework. Where do we find this? CCM.20.311. Shiva, not in Vishnu Tattva Shiva. We call Shambhu Tattva Shiva. They are all Shiva, but there are three categories Shiva. One is Vishnu Tattva Shiva. We are not talking about this Gopeshwar Mahadev. Now we are talking about another Shiva. If anybody has Chaitanya Chaitamrita, you can look at it. Madhya Lila 20.311. You will be surprised that Shiva can be influenced by Maya. Shiva can be a product of Maya. Really? Yes. Yes. Krishna never touched Maya. How he sent all of us here. I'm giving you another hint. Madhya CC 20.273. It is through Shiva we came here. It is Krishna's desire origin, but through Shiva we came here. Which Shiva?
What first Prabhuji? CCM20?
Dot 273, 273.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
And it will tell you how did you come here. And when you came here, guess what happened? Your origin, consciousness, you're a servant of God. Can one of you tell me the honestly? Do you feel it's natural that you are in love with Krishna, you are for Krishna? Sometimes I did not feel like that. Now, philosophically, I'm learning. Philosophically, I'm existing. Yes, we belong to Krishna. Yes, because philosophically. So write it down. First, you do philosophically. Second, you do practically. Third, you do spontaneously. Our goal is spontaneous, but it will never come if you don't understand philosophically. It takes little time. If you spend every day half an hour or 10-15 minutes to understand Shiva Tattva, there are four Tattva are most complicated. Guru Tattva, deity is also, and Shiva Tattva also. Very difficult. It's not easy to grasp it. Krishna is easy. You know why? He's by himself. Who made him? For himself, by himself. He made himself God. For who? For himself, of himself. Shiva is not like that. Shiva is not by himself. You follow? You are not by yourself. So it's difficult for other, but for Krishna, actually, the most attractive is also not difficult to understand if we have faith. This second Shiva is called Shambhutatta Shiva. Then there is a third Shiva in future. We'll discuss, not today. Second Shiva is Shambhutatta Shiva. Shambhutatta Shiva, where did he come from? You write down. BS means Brahma Sanghita. Don't think in a wrong way. BS means Brahma Sanghita. Brahma Sanghita 5.15. Verse it will say that Mahavishnu's eyebrow, the Shambhu comes. This is difference than from Brahma's between eyebrow of Brahma. That is Rudra. That's another Shiva. But they are all interlinked, as I said before. You follow? So you don't have to be confused. If you see any Shiva temple, you can pray as a devotee. Say, you are Gopeshwar Mahadev. You can say like this. But Shiva Bhakta, they don't understand this. It's very complicated, but it is possible to understand if you spend little time. Now, Shambhutatta Shiva, I'm going to tell you something. Maybe because of the time, I'll just finish with this. In your origin construction or in your original structure, you do not have anything to do enjoying separately from God or the material world. You don't. But then we see, I mean, I remember when I was a young boy, not became devotee, I was like, yeah, I want to enjoy this, I want to enjoy that. Even after becoming devotee, we still have. We're not so much attracted to Krishna. Where this consciousness coming from? That's the question. So write down that Shambhutattva consciousness has a deep connection with dull material matter. Shiva is a pure consciousness, but when Shiva consciousness comes in contact with dull material consciousness, it creates a misconception with proper conception. And I can tell you right now, some of you will not grasp it immediately. Try to hear. I don't know if somebody is recording this. Try to hear this little more. Try to, and slowly you will get it. There is a two consciousness. One consciousness is, I don't belong to anybody. I am for me. I will make money. I will enjoy. I'm nobody's servant. Don't tell me. I don't need Krishna. I don't need any God. Gopal Govinda Prabhu. Can you believe that some people actually may think like this? Yes, they do. They do. As a devotee, we may not think, but they do. Some people think in America, in your hometown, I don't need God. I am for me. Where this idea coming from? Where this consciousness coming from? Try to understand. This is called misconception. I am nobody's servant. I am for me. I know what I want in future. This is improper or misconception. Then proper conception is, I am loyal servant to God. I am Krishna's servant. He is my master. My duty to serve him. And misconception is, I'm nobody's servant. I'm for me. Is everybody clear? These two conception? Meeting point. These two where meets. Meeting point. This is called Shambhu Tattva Shiva. Shambhu Tattva Shiva is a great devotee. Also, he is eternally under the 5 misconception. Like in Banasura case, you'll see he's fighting against Krishna. It's like, why Shiva is fighting? Because sometime he can. That Shiva is not Sadashiva at that time. He's Shambhu Tattva Shiva. And some of you already like, my gosh, this is complicated. No, don't feel complicated. This is just a require little time to absorb. I'm just giving you little doses. That's all. Let it sink slowly, slowly. Because without consciousness, matter has got no value. Nobody will understand what is matter. It is conscious being reveals, oh, this is iPhone, oh, this is table, this is chair. We say it, conscious. Table does not say I'm table, does it? No. Matter will never reveal what matter is. But the meeting point, matter and consciousness, this is where the Shiva, another Shiva conception coming from. We fall in love with a tree or a house or a person. Oh, I like her, or I like him, or whatever. Where this idea coming from? Is that Shiva consciousness. Proper consciousness is, I'm a servant of God. 100%. Yes, yes, yes. All of a sudden, after some time, few hours or few days, I want to enjoy life. I need a big house. I need another car. Why not? I can buy another hotel. I can buy another big house. Hey, I thought you want to be a servant and serve God and preach about His glory. Yeah, but right now I'm not in that. Can you see this is called tug of war? You know, tug of war. You go this side or that side. Where this consciousness coming from? Shiva, Shambhu Tattva, not Sadashiva. Now, if I tell all these 5, you will get confused a little bit. Gopal Govinda Prabhu, even living entity can become a Rudra. Oh, I thought we can never become Rudra. Yes, you can. Write it down. Adilila 6.79. Prabhupada explained this. That's why Shiva Tattva is the most complicated, one of the 4 complication. Amongst that, Shiva Tattva is most complicated, difficult to understand.
Is that 6.79 in Chaitanya Charitamrita?
Yes.
Okay.
So where does Shambhu Tattva Shiva lives? Do you know any country called no man's land? Anyone? Do you know what I'm talking? No man's land means nobody claims. Yeah, you do know, but you didn't think that way. When 2 country meets, there's a border. I used to live in San Diego, and I used to go to Tijuana with preaching with Jayadutta Swami and Umapati Swami long time back. I remember. And about 35 years back, I still had an Indian passport, so I had to walk the border. Yeah, and the other side, I would get in the car. But they didn't have to walk because they had an American passport and they just go. I remember that. So border in between 2 country, you know whose land it is? No man's land.
Nobody's
That
allowed to
is
be there.
correct. Nobody is allowed to live there. That's why I call no man's land. So material world and spiritual world, the junction where they meet, this is Shambhudatta Shiva's place. Do you know where Shambhudatta Shiva lives? No
Is that
man's land.
Kailash? Is that Kailash, Prabhuji?
Kailash, yes, it is Kailash, but actually it is no man's land in a sense. There is no service.
Ah, okay.
There is no Maya. There is no service of Krishna. There is no Maya either. That's why it's no man's land. So I'll end here. To get out of this, when you get out of Maya in your life through bhakti, chanting, sadhana, sadhu sangha, hearing and honoring prasadam, deity puja, all these things you do, yes, you get out. You come out of Maya in this life, you can. But to enter in Golok, you need two things. Just remember this. Then you can cross the border. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in the border.
Prabhuji, before we end the class, can we repeat the uh, pranam to Lord Shiva? It was Srimad Gopi Sharam Bande Shankaram Karunamayam Sarva Kalesh Haram Devavam
Now,
Vrinda.
Sarva Klesh. Klesh. You know Klesh?
No, what's that?
Klesh means five defects. One is, I am this body. Am I not this body? Yeah, I am this body. I'm Indian. No, no, you are American. Yeah, I was born in India. I'm a man. Then,
Okay.
bodily related is my relative. This is my son, daughter. This is my father, mother. I don't see anybody else. I'm not relating with Krishna. This is second.
Okay.
Third, after death, nothing left. Who believes after death? Come on, we come from a dust, we go back to dust. All kinds of philosophy is there. Then, anybody don't belong to us, our group, they are our enemy. Ethnic background.
Okay. And
The
last?
final, and the final one, I am for me. It's a horrible thing, no? These are
Yeah.
called klesha.
Okay.
Now, another day I'll discuss. You can write in Sanskrit way.
But before
What the
we end,
klesha
so
means.
the last line is Sarva Klesha Haram Devam Vrinda Aranya Rati Pradan.
Very good. Pradam.
Okay.
Pradam means giving. Giving.
Okay.
He gives attachment to Brindavan. He can allow us to go to Brindavan, live eternally in
Got it.
Brindavan.
Got it. Thank you. I just wanted to check once.
This is beautiful, that prayers. Simple prayers, no? We can just pray it. We can memorize this whole life. Okay. I think I'll stop here. It's already 9:02. Can you give me some feedback? What do you take away? Anything? Some of you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Andavat.
Prabhuji, the biggest takeaway is that we got to know that Shiv Pranam Mantra. So I don't think that anybody knows from at least in this call. So at least we know that Shiv Pranam Mantra, because generally what we say Om Namah Shivaya. That's all. So or some Shivarti, but we never heard about this Pranam Mantra. So for me, the biggest takeaway is this. That's
That's
wonderful.
very nice. I thank you,
Same
because
for
we
me.
Gauriya,
Yeah.
yeah, we Gauriya have very specific what we want. We
Yes,
don't want to just pray for anything else. We want specific.
right, Prabhu.
Please remove my material conditioning and let me serve in spiritual world Krishna. They are in Vrindavan, not even in Vaikuntha. So
Right.
thank you.
Thank you, Rashko. Well, this is a wonderful class, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. From the children.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I learned that we should like self motivate ourselves.
Yes. In order to do self-motivation, what do you have to do? You have to understand this philosophy. And I see within me, there is a self-motivation to get up early morning, go to chant. It's because majority people need motivation by others or scriptures or guru or sadhu. But be self-motivated. That's rare. These are good. Like Prabhupada, nothing could stop him. Even middle of the night, somebody came with a knife. That time there was no ISKCON. In New York, he didn't have a place to live. He just left, came downstairs, knocked the door of Michael Grant, who is Mukunda Maharaj now. And then he says, can I spend the night here? And you think like, why he's like, never stop. He's always happy and chanting. Because he's self-motivated. He wants us to be self-motivated. But we have to understand the philosophy, otherwise not possible. We are made of actually knowledge. In our eternity, we are made of bliss, we are made of knowledge, we are eternal. Is that okay, Mother Sanvi? Learn the philosophy more. You can do it. You can do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for such an enlightening class. And for personally, I did not know about the different tattvas of Lord Shiva. I only knew there was one. And today I got to know there's like Sadashiv and then there's Shambhu Tattva and then also like the pastimes of Gopeshwar Mahadev and when Lord Rama's pastime when he was offering the flower to the Shivaling and then the foolish Brahmanas and how what the perspective difference between the demigods and how they said Shiva is God, Ram is God, but then when Shivji himself comes out of the crack of the Shivling, he says, I'm the servant of God. God is um Lord Ram and how the name Rameshwaram came.
Very good. Very good.
So
Thank you.
yes, Prabhuji. So Prabhuji, can we take some question answers?
Sure.
So
I think
Kair
somebody
Prabhuji.
raised. Oh,
Yes, Prabhuji. Kair Prabhuji, you can ask your question.
Hare Krishna, Koti Koti Dandat Pranam Prabhuji, all Guru Sushira Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Surprise, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. This is wonderful to hear from you. I love listening, especially the Shiva Tattva from you, because the way you explain the concept is amazing, and it's really relish all the pastimes that the beauty is that you can you connect the philosophy with the pastime, so it's we learn and we are also relishing, so it's so wonderful, Prabhuji. I can't thank you enough. I'm eternally grateful to you for teaching me so much, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, I have one question. The If we want to read or delve into knowing more about Shiva Tattva, so what should we read? Like, what text should we read, or is there any specific Gaudiya literature? I know, like, I think in Guru Tattva, I think it's described, but if we have to, so what literature should we read, like Prabhuji? Because tomorrow is Shivratri, so if we want to, uh, give our thanks to Lord Shiva, then how should we appreciate him by reading what literature? Thank you.
I think there are few from Bhagavatam even you can read. Bhagavatam has a very special, you can write it down, 4.24.30, the famous sloka, Atha Bhagavata Juyam Priya. This has a, Prabhupada's purport is so beautiful about who Shiva is on that, chanting the song that, sung by Lord Shiva himself. And the purport, you love that, that purport. And there are many. You can read 10th Canto, 88th chapter. That's a famous chapter about Lord Shiva, difference between Vishnu and Shiva. And I love that chapter actually. It has a very straightforward discussion, no going around or anything, just straightforward. who Shiva is, who Vishnu is, who Krishna is. So I like that. There are few other, and if you want to read more, Madhya chapter 20 of Chaitanya Charitamrita, and we're going to do Chaitanya Charitamrita session in future. I hope this
Yes.
will give you enough.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yeah, I know you're starting Chaitanya Charitamrita, and I'm really excited to join that. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Oh, good.
And happy
Good.
Shivratri
Thank
in
you.
advance. I hope and pray that Radha Shyamsundar engage all of us into Shiva Bhakti and Krishna Bhakti, so that the aim to pray to Shiva is to achieve Krishna Prema. So I wish and pray that everybody achieves that. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Mother.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Thank you very much, Roji. If anyone else has any questions, comments, realizations, they can raise their hand. Meanwhile, Roji, I have one question. So, how you talked about saralta, which is the first quality of bhakti, how can we practically cultivate that transparency while navigating through complex emotions like pride, credit seeking, or even discouragement, like in a positive and negative emotion?
When greed is there for ultimate goal, then we'll pay the price. Because it's very difficult to be simplicity, very difficult to be honest all the time. But if with the senior devotees, if the by their, it's not so much what we pray, but what they pray for me. Jiva Goswami Pad says Krishna does not have any association with Maya. So sometime when the devotee goes through suffering, actually we pray, they pray to Krishna, but Krishna does not experience. I give you an example. If 1-year-old baby or say 2-year-old baby looking in iPhone, maybe some cartoon while mommy is cooking because she cannot take care of the baby. She is in the baby is in the crib and is looking little cartoon or something. Now, while mother is cooking, and the baby all of a sudden started crying, screaming because the baby saw something in the scenery or whatever. It made so much like a nervous or whatever it is. Answer my question. You think mother understand what the baby is experiencing?
Partially,
Not really.
yeah.
Mother will be comfortable, will take care of the baby, will hug you, don't worry, everything will be, that's comforting. But will mother really feel what the baby felt?
No.
No. So we see why Jiva Goswami Pad says Krishna doesn't get affected. When the conditioned souls suffer in the material world, Krishna does not. And believe me, it gives me like such a headache. 3 days I was researching. How is that possible? Krishna does not. Then we are praying that how it is. So Jiva Goswami Pad writes. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also. Then I found, once you find the little connection, then you'll find many. वैष्णवेर आवेदने कृष्ण दयामय एहे न पामर पति हईबे न सदाय. He wrote a whole song about it. You know how I remember? I don't remember. Krishna gives me the memory. 15:15 Bhagavad Gita, no? So when you give Krishna credit for his giving you memory, he will give you memory. So that song is written on base of that why we should be always respectful and simple hearted to the advanced devotee, because when they pray, then Krishna hears. Then Krishna automatically will do something to remove your situation, remove your challenges. Now I want you to understand this. Krishna does not remove obstacle. You can write it down. BG Bhagavad Gita 18.58. Krishna will walk through with you and make you learn the lesson with your challenges. And then atmosphere will change. It is a misunderstanding some devotee has. They think that if they pray, Krishna will change the situation. No. Show me. I want to hear. But what I'm saying, I'll tell you where it is. 1858, you will see Krishna says, Machitta sarva durgani, durgani in a plural, means many difficulty. You think of me, and Krishna will be with you, and Krishna will walk with you. That challenges, and you learn a lesson, then environment will change. You know what the problem in this world? When something challenges, we try to change the environment. Okay, maybe temporary is gone. After few years or few decades, it pops again. Again, our mind get disturbed or whatever the challenge comes because we didn't learn the lesson. One verse, all of you can memorize. Prabhupada wanted all of us to memorize. At least two verses, he said, but this is one verse. 10.14.8. Because difficulty will come. I'm not wishing anybody to have a difficulty, but difficulty will come in your life. Whether you tell your parents or friend or not, you will face difficulty. You follow? If you can understand that verse, Tate anukampa susamiksamana bhunjane vatma kritam vipakam ridivaka bopuvir bidadan namaste jive tajamukti padeshadaya bhag. One day we'll discuss that. Not today because it's a long verse. Prabhupada gave a beautiful purport. Why Prabhupada says that you should keep that verse like a necklace, whenever you need, look at it. You'll be needing, believe me, every one of us will go through sometime either mental disturb or physical or some disturbance will come in our life. And I'll tell you where this origin of the disturbance one day.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for such an elaborated question. Oh, sorry, for such an elaborated answer for my question.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srimad Gopesh.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
He's fascinated with the mantra. Very good.
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's good.
If anyone has any last questions before we wind up, or Prabhuji, if you have any last comments before we can wind up our class.
In the beginning, I said, I'm still going to say it again. In determining what to do in your life, we all have individual life. First, please understand who you are, whose you are, and where you are. You have a three existence, not one. Your soul, you have a subtle body, mind, ego, and you have a physical body. So when I ask this question, if you can focus on that every day when you wake up and say, okay, who am I? Whose am I? I came from my parents, but that's the body. The soul didn't come from them. So when you answer, whose am I? It's three person. And you'll be surprised. Shiva is there also. I didn't have a chance to talk, But our subtle body comes from Shiva and Parvati together. It's called Shiva Lingam. Okay. Is that okay? So in determining what to do in life, focus on understanding who we are, whose we are, where we are. Thank you. Now
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
let us offer our respectful obeisances unto all Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who can fulfill the desire of everyone, just like desire tree, who are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned soul. Vancha kalpataruvesya. Kripa sindhubheva patitanam pavanebho Vaishnavebho namo namo. Srila Prabhupada
Ji
ki
Jai.
jai.
Jai, Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, everyone. We'll all meet next Saturday. Thank you very much for joining today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.